Great. So we'll make our way down onto our backs. I'm taking constructive rest position with my legs, meaning that my knees are just going to rest on each other so that the legs can be very passive. Adjust your towel underneath the shoulders. And again, the beauty of the towel is if it's too much, if you feel like you put your arms out and you can't catch your breath, unroll the towel just a bit. At the same token, if you're feeling nothing across the chest, across the collarbone, that lift in the thoracic spine, maybe you roll it up just a little bit more. So as we come down onto our mat, maybe the hands rest on the body. Maybe the eyes close down and the mind rests on the breath. The inhale in through the nose. And the exhale slowly from the nose. Just letting the breath wash through the body as it touches every muscle, every ligament, bone, or cell. It's new, fresh prana coming into the body. So think of it that way, that deep breath, bringing all that life energy into the body. And the exhale, the full, slow exhale, releasing stagnant air, stagnant energy, and letting the body just relax. Take a couple breaths. We're going to be working into the core this morning, core being 360 degrees here. So not just our ab muscles, but the side and the back as well. One more breath in here. And one more breath out. If you're using a block, maybe you can set it down one level. Again, this is going to start opening up the chest. Bring the heels of the hands to the hip crease. Heel toe the feet in so that they're hip distance apart and parallel. We're just going to check in with the body, make a little bit of movement up, lifting shoulders and head off of the mat. So with the heel of the hand pressed into the thigh right there at the hip crease, draw the belly in with the inhale. And on the exhale, slide the hands up towards the knee. Keep the neck right in line with the spine and lift the shoulders off of your towel. And then slide back down. So take a couple sweeps here. Each sweep maybe lifting up a little bit more, feeling into this region from the hip points to the shoulder points. And then use your breath. See if there's a little bit more room to send those fingertips towards the knee. And then back down. Last time. Slide it up. And release it down. Good. Come down. Here now we're going to remove the block from the back of the head. And in doing so, you're putting the upper body in an incline. So the next movement, again, gaze at the ceiling. Interlace behind the head resting in the palms. Elbows will be up. So from this incline, it's a 4-part move. We come up to straight, we curl in, we come back to straight, and we relax down to that incline again. So moving with breath, again, inhaling here, draw that belly in nice and tight to the spine. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, curl in, elbows towards those knees, shoulder blades off the mat. Exhale, come back to that half. And inhale, release, and let go. Again, inhale halfway. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale halfway. Exhale, release down. 4 more times on your own. Each movement is a full breath. Inhaling and exhaling to curl. Inhaling back and down. So as you're doing this, watch that you're not pulling on your neck. If you find that you're pulling on your neck to make the movement, a dish towel, using it as a hammock for the head, holding on to the ends, helps to keep that pulling out of the neck region. Take one more. Good. Release the head back down. Open up the elbows. Take a moment here. Take a nice breath. Now, if you could feel this, and this movement centers right underneath the sternum, the muscles in the upper rib area. You can stay and continue that movement. I'm going to go ahead and lead a little twist elbow to the opposite knee, but you can continue the same 4-part movement with breath. So on your inhale, draw the belly in, come up halfway. On your exhale, pick up that left knee, rotate the right shoulder to that knee, come back halfway and set everything down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, elbow heads over towards that right knee. Don't let that knee come over the hip point. Come back halfway and set down. Inhale and twist. Inhale and lower. Inhale, exhale as you twist. Inhale and lower. 4 more. Watch the head. And if you could visualize inside your body, squeezing the hip point close to that bottom floating rib. I'm taking 1 more round. And as you complete that, lower the head, open up the elbows, just pause here. Big breath in and slow breath out. Good. Roll over to one side. Pull that towel or bolster from underneath the shoulders. Roll back onto your back body. Set yourself up into that bridge position. So again, feet are parallel, knees to the ceiling. Sit bones close to the heels. Press into the feet, press into the back of the arms here. Lift the hips up high into bridge. And just pause here just for a moment, maybe 2 or 3 breaths to really send those knees towards the bottom of your mat. Lift those hips high, that nice slope. You might feel even a little stretch through those quads. Engage the glutes. 1 more breath in here. And as you exhale, take that towel or bolster right under the sacrum and slowly set the hips down. So again, position the towel so it's not up into the lower back region or to the fleshy part of the glutes. It's right on that shelf built for supported bridge. All right. From here, hands can be holding on to the side of your mat for leverage. Sometimes that helps. Or I like to bring my fingertips right above my pubic bone to feel into the muscles that I'm contracting with this next move. So we're moving from the top of the chest all the way to the bottom here. Find your place and then bring your legs to table. The important part of this is the knees stay right over the hips. It's very easy to draw those knees into the chest, but that's actually cheating. Yeah. Hands interlaced behind the head, elbows up, gaze up. Toe taps here, so draw the belly in on the inhale and tap the heel. Doesn't matter which one, we're going to alternate. Nice and slow. So holding that belly in, heel tap. Option here to intensify by lifting those elbows towards that knee. See if you're holding your breath. See, nice, smooth breath. All right, take 1 more each side. Good. Legs back to table, head back down, open up the elbows. Staying with that, or taking the legs, soles of the feet to the ceiling. Same thing with the heel tap. Now, when we come into the heel tap with legs straight, it's a greater range of motion. So depending on the ab work that you're doing, it's very easy to take this in the low back. So if you're starting to feel anything in the low back, and that's why we have the bolster there, then don't come down as far. We want to use the front muscles and not the back muscles here. So again, right heel taps down nice and slow. Inhale brings the leg back up. Opposite side, nice and slow, heel descends, bring it back up. So go ahead, take this movement. Option again to curl yourself in. Again, the head is just resting in the palms. Tapping and tapping. We'll take 4 more each side. If you're having your shoulders off of the mat, see if you can bring those elbows toward the knee a little bit more. And then bring the legs back up, rest the head, open up the elbows. Good, so with the feet flexed here, again, any of these options, you can do it with the knees bent into a table, you can do alternate or elbows up, belly in, lower both legs, any amount. I only go a third because then I feel my low back kick in and then raise it back up. So option to keep the head down here. This is an intense one, lots of weight in those legs that you're moving up and down. Maybe you curl it in. Let's take 5 more, nice and slow. Inhale to bring the legs up. Exhaling any amount down. Ending with legs up the wall. Return the head down to the mat. If you elevate it, draw the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Vicky, anxious to see how Zam did that. All right, little rock. Bring the feet back to that bridge position. Press into the feet. Maybe come to that bridge one more time. Again, extending, pressing those knees away, finding that lift through the spine like a back bend. This is our what do you call it, pre-work for doing wheel, which I don't do back bends, but again, I get enough of a bend just like this. Use your breath. Remove the towel or the bolster, and nice and slow, each vertebrae drops down onto the mat. Pause and just feel the weight of the back body resting on the mat. Heel toe the feet out to the side and just take some windshield wipers just to reset the spine. We'll bring the legs back to that tabletop position, grab for your block, set it in between the legs. I have mine the long way from my knees to my mid calf. Bring the legs 90 degree again. Arms can be in cactus, arms can be in a T, hands can hold onto your mat. We're going to work right into the obliques, nice and slow. So from this position, again, knees over the hip points. Drop the knees over towards the right, squeeze that block, hover just halfway maybe, and then squeeze back to center on the inhale. Exhaling, we'll take it over to the left, squeezing that block, coming just till you feel the sensation in the right side body, and then press down and bring it back. So take maybe 4 sweeps here, nice, slow, and controlled. Use that block to really squeeze the legs together. Maybe each time able to hover just a little bit lower. Shoulders nice and relaxed on the mat. Keeping the belly drawn in towards the spine, just a little more core support there. And the next time that you're in center, pause there. Again, just to reset the level of the hips and the spine. Now we're going to take it over to the right, squeezing the block. We're going to hover there for 2 full rounds of breath. So take it to the point of sensation. Just don't overdo here. Big inhale draws the belly in. On the exhale, squeeze the block, take it right. Any amount here. 2 nice big breaths into the left rib basket. See if you can keep them smooth and fluid. On the inhale, bring it back, squeeze the block to center, level out the hips here, relax the upper body. Big breath in, belly in, send it over to the left. Again, to the point of sensation, hold there. Draw a deep breath in through the nose and a slow breath out of the nose. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, squeeze the block, bring it up to center. Take the block, put it right over your head, draw the knees into the chest, hands on top of the knees, just make some big circles with those knees. Release any tension that you might have brought into the hips. Squeezing knees in. And the moment we've all been waiting for is past the block. So take a big, long body stretch first, stretching into the whole front line of the body, fingers away from toes. Then grab that block into your hand. I'm holding mine at the end of my block with the length extending out. I always laugh when I think of Vicki talking about the wrapping paper holder to use as her block. Stretch the body nice and long. Inhale, fully draw that belly in. And as you exhale, pick up the arms, pick up the legs. Legs don't come past those hip points. Press that block into the feet and then lower everything down. Inhale, brings it up. Grab for the block. Legs stay over the hip points. Reach up and exhale, lower. So again, use your breath. One movement, one breath. Hold that belly in to help support the back body. And if you're feeling this in the back body, again, either bend the legs and do it that way, or don't come down as far. Let's try 3 more. Last one. Release, lower, stretch it out. Then draw the knees into the chest. Take that rock and roll side to side. See if you can get down to that tailbone area, a little bit of massage. And then we'll roll over to one side, bring ourselves around. Bring yourself to table first, just to flow a cat and a cow. Feel into the back body here. So stacking through our joints, gaze is straight down, lifting the tailbone and the heart with the inhale, arching through the spine. And then with your exhale, beginning to round tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back, press into the palms and tuck the chin. One more time, inhaling fully and exhaling slowly. Nice. Dropping down now onto the forearms. Hands, fingers wide, forearms forming the number 11. Elbows are right underneath the shoulders. We're moving into a forearm plank. Your choice, you can interlace the hands at the middle of your mat and use that to help press into the forearms to lift you, or you can leave the arms parallel to each other. Step the right foot back onto the ball of the foot. Step the left foot back. Good. Once you arrive here, pressing into those forearms to lift the chest forward, press into the palms, send the heels back. As you draw the belly in, notice your breath. See if you can smooth the breath. Keep it in the nose and out of the nose. Always the option here to drop the knees. So if this is not a comfortable position or you're struggling with it, take the option, the modification to drop the knees. Continue the breath work. Staying right here, or if you want a little bit more, if the arms are parallel, take that left forearm across your mat. Send the heels over to the left so you're on the left blade edge of the bottom foot. Maybe you find a modified side plank. Good, lift the heels high. Lift the hips high if you're here. Then bring it back down. Find your forearm plank. Take a breath. And then option to swivel the Right forearm across, keep that elbow underneath the shoulder. Come onto the blade edge, lift the hips, maybe lift the arm. Gaze can be down, gaze can be up at the thumb. Full breath. Return. Forearm plank. 2 rounds of breath. Drop the knees. From the knees to the thighs. Lower the hips, lower the belly. Untuck the toes. Find your Sphinx pose. Drawing the hands back like you could fold your mat in front of you. Lift the chest. Bit of a back bend, but a nice stretch to the muscles in the front body. Then stack your palms. Rest your head on the palms. Shimmy out the hips, or that option to windshield wiper, back and forth, bending the knees. Slowing everything down now, slowing down the breath, closing down the eyes, really stretching through those elbows so that the heart space can rest right on your mat. This is where we'll close today's practice. Enjoy just a few moments if you can, to just be with yourself, be with this day. Tomorrow's my favorite, hips and hammies in our jammies. So I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for carving out this time for yourself. Nice seeing you. Namaste. Maybe as you come out, bring yourself to table, flow a cat and cow again, just to release the spine.